Yeah, I'm gonna call out motion. We have to bless the place with a little spoken word. J Rebel, come to show and prove.
Check. All right. I want y'all to give it up one time for J Rebel. We're gonna bring the movement, the power of movement, the power of sound, the power of word, and the power of image right now. Come on. In the beginning there was the DJ. And the DJ had music, rhythm and beats on two black circles. Spinning on turntables and heavy crates, packed with records because DJ carried the power of sound. Then came the MC, the master of ceremonies, the mic controller. MC even said that MC meant move the crowd. When I say hip, y'all say hop, hip, hip. You see, MC just loved to talk. Every chant and rock would turn into rhyme. Now when MC started to hear that music, every rhyme and line was right on time. With so much style, this MC was heard, and MC had the power of word. What did MC have? MC had the power of what? Word. That's right. Now B-boy and B-girl came through. Heard MC rocking and the DJ's sound too. Right away they started to move. Hands on the shoulders, arms, feet, and knees too. Shaking and popping, up and down rocking, stepping and tapping, freezing and flipping. In the middle of a cypher, they show and prove it. Cause B-boy and B-girl had the power of movement. B-girl and B-boy had the power of what? Movement. That's right. Now, the autograph was sort of laid back. Spoke with pictures instead of the movements and those words. Vibrant colors, lines and shapes. Graph colored the world with spray cans and paints. From sketchbooks to canvas, bridges and trains. Graphic beauty on walls across the globe. Heard the words make the moves and turn the rhythm into image. Cause Graph had the power of vision. But the Graph had the power of what? Now, as the story unfolds, we trace it right back to the beginning, to its roots. Knowledge for the people, unity, strength, and truth. Creative energy that could not be stopped. What I'm talking about is hip-hop. I said, yes, y'all, so you don't stop. I do the beat, y'all, we won't stop. I said, yes, y'all, we don't stop. I do the beat, come on, we don't stop. I said, yes, y'all, we don't stop. I said, what we talking about is hip-hop.
It's the voice of J Rebel in motion. You see? And you thought you were going to be sitting down listening to speeches all night. But you forgot this is hip-hop. This is a hip-hop curriculum. That poem is straight from page 20 in the resource, The Story of Hip-Hop. I think a great activity you can do with your students or young people that you work with. Welcome to the book launch for RhymesToReEducation, a hip-hop curriculum. My name is Roman Rugged San Vicente. I'm one of the authors on the curriculum, and I just wanted to invite you into the space, welcome you into the space. So, imagine this. It was about a year ago in this city of Toronto. And people were moving and shaking in different spaces of the city. You had lots of alternative education programs that were happening from east to west, north to south, that used hip-hop as a tool for engagement. Hip-hop as a tool to analyze issues in the community. Hip-hop as a tool to analyze and look at our own identities. And all that stuff was happening in the city. And then one day, we decided to come together. We decided to come together and create a resource that could be used in classrooms and community-based spaces to explore hip-hop curriculum. So we put a call out. And after we put the call out across the city, many people answered. We had instructional leaders who work in the school board, we had DJs, we had MCs, we had B-boys and B-girls, we had producers, we had community-based educators who all responded to the call and were excited about this opportunity to conceive of a hip-hop curriculum that can be shared in different spaces. So we came to Lawrence Heights Community Center. This was probably March of last year, and we entered the Cypher. And the Cypher in hip-hop is very important because the Cypher is a space where community gathers, where we share ideas, where we build on each other's ideas, provide feedback. So we entered the Cypher and people came with their many ideas, and the task was, how are we going to create a curriculum? A curriculum that explores hip-hop as critical pedagogy. What could that possibly look like? So we brainstormed ideas. We thought, okay, we gotta, have ideas for the young children, grade 2 all the way up. And so we put ideas on paper, we brainstormed that, and we left the space, meditating, thinking about a lot of things. And our writers went off, and they came back to the next session with all these creative ideas about how they wanted to write lessons for the hip-hop curriculum. And in that second session, we had young people in the space. We had all our people from Educational Attainment West in the space. We had people from the teachers from TDSB in the space. And we shared ideas, and we said, yo, that idea is dope, that's gonna work. Not sure about that one, maybe we need to tweak that a little bit. And we bounced those ideas off each other, and then we left again. And our writers left with a very difficult task of how am I gonna put this into a lesson plan that would make sense to not only people who work in community-based spaces, but also people who work in traditional classrooms and schools. What would that pedagogy look like? What would the format of the lesson plan look like? How am I going to link this to curriculum expectations when I'm not used to doing this thing of linking to curriculum expectations? What's that going to look like? So we went off and built. And when they came back, when those writers came back, they came back solid. They came back hardcore with these lessons. And they sat in groups, and they actually had to teach part of their lessons. And they had to teach that to other people in the community and to young people in the space. And so that they could experience it and provide the feedback of what needed to be changed and what needed to be tweaked. And at the end of the day, after all the hard work, we had these draft lessons that we said, okay, we got to go off and pilot these things now. So we put out a call across the TDSB. We put out a call to different community-based educational spaces. And we said, who wants to pilot the hip-hop curriculum? And the emails started flooding in saying, yo, that sounds dope. Yeah, I want to get on that. Let me try that. So the lessons were piloted in different spaces, and we got a lot of good feedback. And I know we have teachers here who were piloting the lessons for us. I know Success Beyond Limits was up in the space doing that for us. And with all that good feedback, we tweaked the lessons. We spent the rest of the year finalizing, coming up with what you have in your hand. Hopefully some of you have in your hand. If you don't have it in your hand yet, then make sure you leave with it in your hand. It's RhymesToReEducation, a hip-hop curriculum. Give it up for the authors and everybody who's been working hard on this resource.